Good morning. We'll start today's session. So in the last class, we have discussed instructions, right? Multiple instructions. You all know this. Okay. So we started with the multiply instructions. So what are the two instructions we have? So one is multiply and accumulate, and another one is multiply. So have you tried any examples? So MLA, how it works? So it will take 4 operands. So the result of the expression will be stored in the RD, and this is how it computes. It will multiply the two resistors and it will add to the last resistor. Okay, Rn star Rs plus Rn. So the result will be stored in the RD. Similarly, the multiply instruction. So it will multiply two resistors, contents of two resistors, and result will be stored in the RD. So sometimes the result may be 64-bit. So for that we have uh, variations of multiply instructions. So S includes, S means signed values. Okay, so if there are values in the register which means negative or positive, then we can use S symbol. Okay, so we have signed multiply and accumulate long, and so the result will be stored in two resistor, that is RDHI and RDLO. So the RDHI corresponds to higher bits and LO corresponds to lower bits. And I have shown with an example for the unsigned multiplication. So this is the instruction umul. So unsigned multiply long. So the result will be 64-bit and it will be stored in two resistor. And then we have seen the branch instruction. So the branch instruction is for changing the flow of execution. So whatever the label you will give, so the execution will start from that particular label. So the program counter will load the address of label and the execution will start from there. And we have seen some variations of branch instruction, that is BL. So BL indicates link. So whenever we are changing the flow of execution, we need to return back. So for that particular purpose, we use BL. So when we say L, then the LR register, that is register number 14, contains the return address. Okay. And under instruction BX, so in order to switch from ARM instruction set to the thumb instruction set, we can use this BX, and it will jump to the specific location specified by the RM register. And another variation of this is with the link. So when we specified L, then the return address will also be saved in the link register. So this is with respect to branch registers. Then we talked about load and store instructions. So these are very used frequently because these are using these two instructions we can access the memory. Right? Only with these two instructions we can access the memory. So we have two types here. We can transfer single register or we can transfer multiple register. So in the last class we have seen how we can use with a single register. So these are some of the instructions that we have studied. So LDR, so it is used to copy whole 32-bit. Okay, so LDR stands for load register. So load in the sense, so the memory content will be stored in one of the register. So if we use LDR, it means that 32-bit value will be taken from the memory and it will be stored in the specified register. So similarly, LDRB, So B corresponds to byte of information. So only 8 bit of information will be copied to the register. And H indicates it is a half word, and SB indicates it's a signed byte, and SH indicates it's a signed half word. Okay, so this we have seen in the last class. And I have shown some examples with respect to these operations. So here the LDR followed by label. So the label can be either it's an immediate address, or we can specify in the register value also. So, and also you can see that in the register we can the base register we can modify some content. Say for example, in this example what we are doing, so the base register, which is a base address which is there in the R1, we are adding 8, value 8 to the R1. So 8 indicates it is an offset. So base address plus offset value we are calculating, and whatever the address will result, that address value will be stored in the registers R0, right? So, and also we can do some shift operations. Okay, so what do you mean by this instruction? Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell what is the value of this? Means what operation it will do? This one.
So it loads the data from memory to the register.
Correct. So what I'm asking is this instruction. What is this LSL?
Left shift.
Yeah, that's what. Correct. Left shift. So what will be the operation I'm asking?
Sir, R2 is left shifted by 2 power 2
Okay,
and
and added to the base register. So R1 is a base register. So this is base and this is offset. So offset, how we are calculating offset? So we are shifting the offset value by 2. What it left shift in the sense, what do you mean by that? We are multiplying. So we are multiplying 2 to the power of 2 with the content of R2. Okay, yes or no?
yes, sir.
Yeah, so we are the content of R2 is multiplied by 2 to the power of 2. So this results in offset. So this offset is added to the base address in order to get an final address. So that address value we are storing into the register R0. Fine.
Yes, sir.
So the value of address or the value itself is stored in R0?
See, whenever we are specifying this square bracket now,
Okay, yes, sir.
it's a value of a address.
Yes, sir.
In order to store the address, so what is this address? You can use the instruction ADR. Okay, ADR R0, and if you do this this, then you will get the address of this particular memory location into the register R0. If you do LDR, it means that the content will be stored. So what is this? What do you mean by this instruction? So only difference is it is a signed
So,
negative offset. Okay, so the same result, that is the content of R2 is multiplied with 2 to the power of 2, and it will be subtracted with the base address, and the content of this particular address is stored in the register R0. Okay, then I talked about modes, addressing modes when we are talking with single registers. So I have told three indexing modes. What are those indexing modes? So one is pre-index with write back, then pre-indexed, and next one is post-indexed. So what do you mean by that? So the ARM instruction set provides different modes for addressing memory. So what are the three modes? So one is pre-index with write back, second one is pre-index, and the third one is post-index. Can anyone tell?
In the first one, content of base register will be updated.
Yes, correct.
In pre-index with only pre-index, will not update the base address.
Yes.
In post-index, we'll first perform uh, the operation, then add the address.
Yes. So in the post index, we'll load first. Okay. We'll post the value into the register, and then we'll update the base register. So these are the three modes which are there. So you can see here, this is how it works. So pre-index with write back. So we are specifying some memory. Okay. Base plus offset. So you can see R1. So what we are doing here, R1 comma hash 4. So what it indicates, so contents of base register added by 4, and there is a exclamatory symbol, correct? Exclamatory symbol, it means that it is pre-index with write back. So it means that the base register value is updated, so the new address will be stored at the base register by adding plus 4. So that will be the new base address. So if we are specifying only pre-index, it means that we are calculating the new address, but we are not updating into the base address. So the base address will remain same. Okay, so it is not updated. And the third mode is post index. So the post index, we will first, so it can be differentiated by comma between the operands. Okay, so there is a square bracket here, but you can see that there is a square bracket comma hash 4. So that is the difference you can identify. So here what happens, so first we will calculate the base address, we will move to that means we'll copy that content, and then we will update the base address. Fine. So here uh, before fetching the address, so the base address will be updated, but here, so after fetching, the base address will be updated. That is the difference between pre-index and post-index. Fine. Any doubt? Yeah. So these are the, this is how you can give a value to the indexing modes. So pre-index with immediate offset, so it can be plus or minus. So the offset should be with the 12 bits. Okay, and next is pre-index with the register offset. You can put the offset value into the register. Okay, so you can see, you can notice that there is no exclamatory symbol. It means that we will not update the base register, base address. Okay, and then pre-index with scaled register offset, so we can scale the register value, so using a shift operation. So that is, this is how the syntax looks like. Okay, and next is So whatever the options we have, that same options with respect to write back. So with the respect to write back, there is a exclamatory symbol at the end of the instruction. So it means that we are updating the base address value before fetching the data. That is the pre-index with write back. So the another case is post index. So again, the value can be immediate or register or scaled register value. So here we are fetching the data and then updating the base address. So there is a square bracket, comma, and the value you are specifying. So the value may be immediate register or scaled register value. So these are some of the some of the examples how you can use different modes in the single register load and store instruction. So there is another type of load and store instruction called as, so it will deal with multiple register transfer. So here what we are looking in this particular example, so in this particular example, the data is copied to only single register. You can see that when we execute this particular instruction, the the whatever the memory value we have, so that will be stored in only one register. So single register value will be stored, the content of only one register. But when we talk about multiple registers, so we can store multiple registers. So you can see here, so this is the syntax how you can use this multiple register transfer instructions using load and store. So LDM, okay. So there we were using LDR. LDR stands for only single register, and here what we are using LDM, load register for multiple register transfer. Okay, M, there is a M here, there we have R, and followed by some condition. So that condition I will tell, there are 4 condition. Yeah, these are the addressing modes we have. One is IA, IB, DA, and DP. We will see that what is that. Okay, so this is how we need to write a instruction, uh, and then we need to specify the base address. So you can see R10 is a base address. Okay, so R10 is base register. So this contains, R10 contains the base address value. So you can see in this figure, the R10 points to this particular address. Okay, so and you can specify the registers in these curly brackets. So how many registers are there here? 3 registers are there. So whenever we execute this particular instruction, so we are going to store values in 3 registers. So earlier we were storing only one register value. Here we are storing 3 register in this particular example. So there is a multiple register transfer. Okay, so from this base address, we will store first a register value. Again, we will increment the base register. Then we will store the second register value. Again, we will increment the base register value, and then we will store the third register value. Similarly, this is for load instruction. Okay, load instruction syntax is LDM condition. Okay, similarly for store, okay, for storing, so if we want to store the contents of R0, R1, and R4 into the memory, then we should use this particular instruction, that is STM followed by the condition addressing mode. Okay, so STM, the addressing mode followed by the base register. It contains the base address followed by the contents that you want to store. So I want to store the contents of register R0, R1, and R4. Okay. So the load and store multiple register transfer, we have 4 addressing modes. So in the previous in the single register transfer, we have 3 addressing modes. So here we have 4 addressing modes. So one is IA, second one is IB, third one is DA, and fourth one is DB. So what it means? So first IA means increment after. So what do you mean by this? So we are specifying the base address here. So Rn is the base address. So we will start copying from the base address. So first we will copy the content of what the base address pointing, and then we are incrementing. So that's what it means. Increment after. So first fetch the data and then increment the base address. So the first start address will start from Rn, and then it will end with Rn plus 4 star n minus 4. So what do you mean by this 4? Why we are specifying 4? Because so 8 4s are 32 bit. So that's why we are including 4. Okay. And n indicates the number of registers you are transferring. Say for this example, so n is what? N is 3, right? Because we are transferring 3 registers. So 3 register. So that's why R0, R1 and R4. So that's why n is 3. So what will be our new address here? So the new address will be Rn plus 4 star 3. That is 4 threes are how much?
12.
12 minus 4, that is 8. So Rn plus 8 we are doing. So that will be the end address. And then we so if there is an exclamatory symbol here, so in this particular instruction, if there is an exclamatory symbol at the end, it means that we are modifying the base address. So there is, if there is an exclamatory symbol, then it means that we are updating the base address. So this is will be our starting address for the next instruction. So if we are using the load again, if we are using the same instructions again, then the starting address will become this. So the content of Rn is updated to this if there is an exclamatory symbol. So this is with respect to increment after. If we specify LDM, IB, it means that increment before. So what do you mean by that? So increment before means, so we are, if the Rn is the base starting address, then before fetching the data, first we will increment. Okay, so first we will increment by 4. So that's why our start address will become Rn plus 4. Any doubt why it is Rn plus 4? Because this is increment before. So before fetching the data, first you increment the base register and then fetch the data. So that's what it means by IB. Increment before Rn plus 4. So that's why the starting address will become Rn plus 4. And then the end address will be Rn plus 4 star again. So we are not including this minus 4 because we already incremented once. So that's the reason it is Rn plus 4 star n. Okay. And again we can be, if there is an exclamatory symbol, then we will update this base address. So this is with respect to increment before. And the third addressing mode is decrement after. So what do you mean by this decrement after? So similar to that of increment after. So decrement after in the sense, so before decrementing the address, first use the address and then decrement the value. So the starting address will be, so given base address, whatever the base address we are giving, that minus 4 star n plus 4. So this will be our the starting address. So you can see that the data will be copied from the last to first, not from first to last. Okay, sorry, we are yeah, the if we are using LDMA, LDMDA, LDMDA, it means that we are copying from R4, R1, R0 because it is a decrement. So the starting address will become this one, Rn minus 4 star n plus 4. So where n is the number of registers. So in this example we have register is 3 and base address is Rn. So that's why Rn minus 12 plus 4, it is Rn minus 8. So that will be our starting address, and end address will be Rn. And if there is an exclamatory symbol, we are updating the base address. Similarly here, db stands for decrement before. So before fetching the data which is there in this the address, so we are decrementing the value by 4. So that's why there is no plus 4 in this. So that's why the starting address will become Rn minus 4 star n, and our end address will become Rn minus 4. Okay. So these are the addressing modes we have with the multiple register transfer. So let's see some examples. Any doubt here? Can anyone tell what is IB, increment before? We will see with an example. Yeah. So what is this LDMIA? IA means what? Please answer. Please be interactive.
Increment after.
Yeah. So it is an increment after. So what is the base register value we have? The base register given has R0. So R0 value is, you can see this is the R0. So see first, let me tell you what is this mem32. So this is a memory of size 32-bit, and this is the address. Okay, this is the index where exactly the we are looking at. Okay, so 80018. So this is the address. So in this particular address we have value 0 cross 03, so hexadecimal 3. And in this particular address, so since it is a 32-bit, so that's why there is a change in the address, so it is 14 now. Okay, and in this particular memory address we have 0 cross 02, and in this particular memory address we have 0 cross 01. Okay, so that's what this instruction means. And this is the initial values we have in the R0, R1, R2, and R3. So R0 contains this address, that is 0 cross 80010. So this will be our base address. So because we are specifying it as a base register. Okay, and you can see that in this curly brace there is R1 hyphen R3. So instead of you can mention the range using hyphen, or you can specify individually by R1 comma R2 comma R3. So like this also we can specify R0 comma R1 comma R4. Since it is not a continuous, I think you can specify with the comma. If the registers are continuous, then you can specify with a range, that is R1 hyphen R3. So what this instruction will do, so I'll explain this. So you can see that R0 is pointing to this address. So from this address, so it is increment after. So what do you mean by increment after? So first use the address and then increment. Okay, so that's what it means. So R0, so R0 is pointing to 80010. You move the content of this to register R1. Correct? You move the content of this particular address to the register R1. So you can see after execution of this particular instruction, R1 has 01. So you can see that this is the value which is there in this particular memory address. So R1 will contain hex 01. Fine. And next we will update the base register value. So now R0 will point to, you will add +4 to this particular base address. So what will be our new base address if we add +4?
14.
Yeah, 14. So you can see that in this particular memory address we have 0 cross 02. So that will be stored in the second register, that is R2. So after this execution of this instruction, R2 value will be 02. And similarly at the last value. So we'll copy 03 to the register R3. Now what will be the content of R0? So this we'll add 4, so it become 14, and then for this we will add 14, it will become 18, and for this we will add 4, so it will be 8001C. So 1C in the sense 12, right? So 12, so we have, so since we are moving 3 registers, so if we add plus 4 for plus 12, so it will be 8001C. So what is IA? So IA indicates before using this address, before incrementing this address, use the value, copy, and then increment. That is what increment after move. Fine, understood?
Yes, sir.
So this is the second example. Can anyone tell second example? Let me tell you what you mean by STMIB. So STMIB means what? IB stands for increment before, and the starting address will be Rn plus 4. So before using the address, first increment and then use. So that's why our address will become Rn plus 4, and the last address will be Rn plus 4 star n. So let's see with an example. Yeah. So this is our base address, correct? 9000, and these are the values. So now you can see that STMIB R0. So before moving the content to R1, so first we need to increment the R0. So R0 is 9000. So you add plus 4 here. So if we add plus 4, so the address will become 9004. So in that particular address, whatever the value we have, that we will move to the register. Sorry, that in that particular address we are storing the content of R1, since it is a store instruction. Okay, so in this particular address, that is 9004, we are moving the content of register R1 and storing into a memory. Fine. So next, what will be the next address? Next address will be, so where the contents of R2 register will be stored. Please be interactive. So where will be the next register value? So it is, so the first address is, so STMIB indicates increment before. So first we are incrementing, so 9004. So that will be our first address. So second address, you add plus 4 to that. So it will be 9008. So there the content of register R2 will be stored. At the third, after moving the content of register R2, then we need to move to the content of R3. So again the register value will be, the base register value will be increased by 4. So that time the value will be 900C. So in this 900C, our value R3 will be stored. So that is what, once we execute this instruction, up to there it will happen. So next is move R1 hash 1. So again we are moving the value of 1 to the register R1. So initially it was 9, 8 and 7. So we are changing the content of R1, R2 and R3. Okay, so that's why you can see that the content becomes like this, and the R0 value will be 900C. So that's what increment before. So the last address will be 900C. So again what we are doing, we are doing LDMDA. So of R0, so DA, what do you mean by DA?
Decrement after.
Decrement after. So you can see the starting address. So the R0, so R0 points to the 900C, right? So first use this address, okay? First use this address and then you decrement. That's what you mean by decrement after. So, so in the 900C, what we have, what value we have stored? So this will be our base address. So when, so DA, so this is a decrement after. So what will be our starting address? Starting address will be Rn minus 4 star n plus 4. So Rn is 900C. So 900C minus 4 star, how many values we have? We have three resistors, that is 4 3 is 12, 12 plus 4 is 12 plus 4 is 16. So that we are subtracting with Rn. Okay. So from that particular value, so that value corresponds to, so so we are moving that particular address value to R1. So that value, whatever we are stored, so that value corresponds to 009. You can see that this is the value we are stored in that particular memory address, and this is what we are storing back to that particular memory address. Okay. So it means, what do you mean by this? It means that if we do STMIB and LDMDA, it means that it is whatever the values we are storing in a memory, the same content will be stored back if we use LDMDA. So these are contrasting. So if we store STMIB and LDMDA, so the same value will be stored in the resistors R1, R2, and R3. So this type of operation we can do with respect to stack. Okay. So now we'll show the demo of that multiple resistors. LPC 2148, right? Yeah. Yes, there are no errors. So what I'm doing, so this is a program. Yeah, what we are adding two 64-bit values. So now let's see the execution. So we have two values, so value 1 and value 2. So it is a 64-bit value. You can see this is the first 32-bit value and this is the second 32-bit value. So value 2 again this 64-bit. So we are adding these two values. So I'm showing the how to use the multiple registers. Okay, how to load and how to store multiple registers. That's what this example. So what I'm doing first I'm calculating what is the address of this value 1. So that's why I'm using the register instruction ADR. So when I say ADR, the address where this value is present, that will be stored in the register R0. So this is the address where this value is stored. So now what I'm doing from this address, so whatever this address is pointing, so from that address I'm copying two values. Okay, so what type of address it is? So what type of address it is? It is increment after. So first use and then increment. So R0 is pointing to this address. So use the value stored in this and put it in R1 and then increment and store the next value to the R2. So if I execute this, you can see that. So in a single in the single instruction, we are storing two register. Okay, R1 and R2. Now you can see the R1 and R2. So this is the address that I have given value 1. So the value will be corresponds to this value. Okay, 12A to E640. So that is the content of R1 and next value will be content of R2. Correct. So that is the LDMIA and next I'm taking the LD second value. So second value address I'm storing into the register R0. So this address will be changed now. Yeah, so now this is the address, this is the base address. What I'm doing, LDMIA R0 exclamatory. What do you mean by this exclamatory?
Base register value is updated.
Yeah, so the base register value will be updated after copying this values. So you can see that this register value will be changed. Yeah. So now you can see that the address is pointing to +8. So that's what this exclamatory symbol means. So we are updating the register value. Okay, base address is updated. So next we are doing addition. So we are doing addition. So addition, and next we want to store the result in the memory. So that's why I have moved this address to R0. Okay, so okay, R0. So this is our base register. So what do you mean by this STIA? STMIA, IA indicates increment after, STM indicates storing the values. So R5 and R6 values will be stored in the memory starting with this address. Yes, so this is, so there is no exclamatory symbol. So that's why the register value is not changed. So this is how you can use, this is how you can use the load and store instructions with multiple registers. Find any doubt here? Fine. Any doubt? So why this multiple registers are used? So if you want to transfer a bulk of or bulk of data to the memory, or if you want to copy the bulk of data from the memory, we can use this. load and store with multiple register. So this is one example for that. So what we are doing, we are loading the multiple register content into the register R0 to R7. So it is a bulk of data. So that's what we have used from R0 to R7. And again, if you want to store a bulk of data to the memory, again we can use this multiple register transfer. Okay, so this is with example with respect to multiple register transfer with load and store instruction. So if you have any doubts, please discuss, please ask question, or if you are not understood, you let me know. I will explain once again which point you did not understood. Any doubt? So you try this example. So what example? So you add to 64-bit value, then you understand how to use this LDM. So if you want, I will share this code. I will share this. This you can take screenshot, I guess. So you can take screenshot and you can try. So if any doubt, say at least some. This is some of the answer. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Thanks.